Close your eyes now and let the world outside fade into the softest whisper of silence. Above you, just beyond the reach of your thoughts, a single point of light begins to glow. It is warm, like the first touch of sunlight on your skin after a long, restful sleep. Heavy, like the weight of a blanket, woven from golden threads of pure comfort. Liquid, like honey pouring slowly from a spoon, thick and sweet and endless. This light is not harsh or demanding. It does not rush or pull or ask anything of you. It simply is a gentle presence, a quiet invitation. And as you notice it, you feel the edges of your body soften. Your shoulders release their tension, like petals unfurling in the morning. Your breath deepens, slows, becomes a rhythm as natural as the tide. Now imagine this light is not just above you, but within you. It flows down from the crown of your head, like warm oil sliding over your scalp. It trickles into your forehead, smoothing away the lines of thought and worry. It pools behind your eyes, turning the darkness behind your lids into a velvet night sky. And as it moves, you feel the weight of the day lifting from you. Like leaves falling from a tree in autumn, light and effortless. This light carries with it a sound, a frequency so deep and pure it hums in your bones. It is the sound of 432 hertz, a tone that resonates with the very core of your being. It is the sound of stillness, of peace, of the space between thoughts. And as it fills you, you realize you are no longer in the room where you began. You are somewhere else entirely, a place where time moves differently, a place where the air itself is thick with the promise of rest. Look around you now and see where you have arrived. The walls around you are not made of stone or wood, but of something softer, something alive, like the wings of a dragonfly stretched thin over an endless sky. They shimmer with a translucent glow, catching the light and bending it into ribbons of color. Reds like crushed roses, blues like the heart of a flame, golds like the first light of dawn. These ribbons drift lazily through the air, weaving patterns that shift and change with every breath you take. The floor beneath you is not solid, but a shallow pool of liquid silver. Its surface is so still, it mirrors your form as a shimmering silhouette, long and graceful, like a reflection in a quiet pond at dusk. You can feel the warmth warmth of the liquid seeping into your skin, not wet, but soft, like the touch of a cloud settling over you, holding you gently in place. And as you stand, or perhaps float, you realize there are no edges to this place. No doors, no corners, no boundaries at all. The air here is thick with the scent of warm amber and crushed petals. It wraps around you like a cloak, heavy with the weight of comfort. The temperature is just above the warmth of your own skin, as if the room itself is breathing. In and out, in and out, a rhythm that matches the rise and fall of your chest. And with every breath, you feel yourself sinking deeper into this place, deeper into the embrace of the chamber of fractured dawn. There is no need to move or speak or do anything at all. You are exactly where you are meant to be, held in the palm of something vast and kind. The light above you pulses softly, like a heartbeat, and with every pulse, you feel your body grow heavier, your mind quieter, as if you are being cradled by the very fabric of this place. Notice how the ribbons of light above you begin to slow. They drift now like lazy rivers of color, no longer rushing or shifting. Each one carries with it a sense of peace, of stillness. And as they pass over you, they leave traces of warmth on your skin, like the brush of a feather, light and fleeting. You can almost hear them whispering, though no words are spoken. The liquid silver beneath you ripples now, just slightly, not from your movement, but from the movement of the room itself. It breathes with you, rising and falling in time with your chest. And with every rise, you feel yourself lifted just a little higher, not into the air, but into a state of deeper relaxation, as if the floor is not just holding you, but carrying you. Your eyelids grow heavier now, though you do not fight it. There is no need to keep them open, no need to see. The darkness behind them is soft and welcoming, like the inside of a cocoon. And as they close, the last thing you see is the light above you, still glowing, still warm, still there. A constant presence, a guiding star. Now let your breath deepen even more, inhaling the scent of amber and petals, exhaling any last traces of tension. With every inhale, you draw in the warmth of this place. With every exhale, you release anything that does not serve your rest. And as you breathe, you feel the edges of your body dissolving, disappearing, but softening, blending into the liquid silver beneath you. The light above you begins to spread, not outward, but downward into you. It fills your chest, your belly, your limbs. And with every beat of your heart, it pulses through you like a slow, steady tide, washing over every part of you, cleaning, soothing, healing. You are no longer separate from this place. You are a part of it, just as it is a part of you. The membranes of the walls, the liquid silver floor, the drifting ribbons of light. They are all extensions of your own peace, your own stillness. And as you sink deeper, you realize there is no need to hold on to anything. No need to control, no need to direct. Let go now, just a little more. Let the weight of your body be carried by the liquid silver beneath you. Let the warmth of the light fill you completely. Let the sound of 432 hertz hum in your bones, a lullaby without words. And as you let go, you feel yourself drifting, not falling, not floating, but simply being. The ribbons of light above you begin to merge. They twist and weave together, forming a canopy of color over your head, a tapestry of slow, moving geometry, shifting and changing with every breath. And as you watch, you realize it is not just a pattern. It is a story, your story, unfolding in colors and shapes. A story of rest, of healing, of peace. Your breath slows even more now. Each inhale is a wave of warmth, each exhale a release. And with every breath, you feel yourself sinking deeper into the liquid silver. Not drowning, but being held. Not lost, but found. Not alone, but surrounded. The light above you pulses once more, softly. And with that pulse, you feel a shift, a deepening, a settling, as if the very core of you is aligning with the core of this place. And in that alignment, you find stillness, a stillness so deep it feels like coming home. There is no need to think or plan or remember. There is only this moment, this breath, this warmth, the liquid silver beneath you, the light above you, the sound humming in your bones. They are all you need, all you have ever needed. And as you surrender to them, you feel yourself slipping into a state of deep relaxation, where your body is heavy, your mind is quiet, where the only sound is the hum of 432 hertz. The only sensation is the warmth of the light. The only thought is the thought of peace. And even that thought fades like a whisper into the night. Now let your breath become even slower. Let your exhales grow longer, deeper, as if with every breath out, you are releasing the last traces of the day, the last traces of effort, of doing, of being anything other than exactly who you are. And with every breath in, you are drawing in the warmth of this place, the warmth of the chamber of fractured dawn. The liquid silver beneath you ripples again, but this time it is different. It is not just moving with your breath. It is moving with the breath of the room itself. In and out, a rhythm older than time. And as it moves, it carries you deeper, softer, further into rest. Your body feels weightless now, not because you are floating, but because you are being held so completely. The liquid silver beneath you, the light above you, the sound within you, they are all holding you, cradling you, keeping you safe. And as you sink deeper, you realize there is no need to be anywhere else. No need to do anything else. The ribbons of light above you begin to fade, not disappearing, but softening, like the last colors of sunset melting into the night. And as they fade, the darkness behind your eyelids grows deeper. Not a darkness of fear or uncertainty, but a darkness of comfort. A darkness that wraps around you like a blanket. Your breath is slow now, so slow. Each inhale is a wave of warmth. Each exhale a release. And with every breath, you feel yourself sinking. Not into sleep, but into something deeper. Something beyond sleep, beyond rest. Something like the space between thoughts. The sound of 432 hertz hums softly in your bones. A lullaby without words, a rhythm without time. And as it hums, you feel your body growing heavier, your limbs sinking into the liquid silver beneath you, your mind quieting, your thoughts slowing, until there is nothing left but the sound, the warmth, the stillness. You are no longer in the chamber of fractured dawn. You are not in your body, not in the room where you began. You are somewhere else entirely. A place beyond places, a state beyond states, a place of pure rest, pure peace, pure being. And in this place, there there is no need to do anything. No need to think. No need to move. No need to be anything other than exactly who you are. The light above you is still there, still warm, still pulsing softly. The liquid silver beneath you is still holding you, still cradling you. The sound of 432 hertz is still humming in your bones. And as you sink deeper, you realize you are exactly where you need to be. Exactly as you need to be. Let go now completely. Let the weight of your body be carried by the liquid silver. Let the warmth of the light fill you completely. Let the sound of 432 hertz hum in your bones, a lullaby without end. And as you let go, you feel yourself drifting into the deepest, most restful sleep you have ever known. Your breath slows even more now. Each inhale is a whisper, each exhale a sigh. And with every breath, you sink deeper, deeper into the liquid silver, deeper into the light, deeper into the sound, until there is nothing left but the rhythm of your breath. And even that begins to fade. The last thing you feel is the warmth of the light. The last thing you hear is the hum of 432 hertz. The last thing you know is the stillness of this place. And then even that fades into the deepest, most peaceful sleep. Let the first wave of the anchor settle into your bones like the slow descent of dusk over a quiet shore. You are here in the chamber of fractured dawn, where time does not pass, but unfolds like the petals of a flower that has always been blooming. The air is thick with the scent of warm amber and crushed petals, a fragrance so rich it feels like breathing in golden honey. Each inhale coating the inside of your lungs with a velvety warmth that lingers just behind your ribs. Your skin hums with the temperature of the room, not hot, not cold, but exactly the warmth of your own body, as if the space itself has learned the shape of you and now cradles you in its embrace. The light here does not come from above or beyond. It emerges from the walls themselves, from the layered, translucent membranes that stretch like dragonfly wings across an endless sky. These membranes are not still, they breathe, their edges trembling with the faintest pulse, as if they are alive, as if they are listening. The light they release is not sharp or bright, but soft and liquid, spilling into the air in slow, drifting ribbons of color, lavender, peach, the palest blue of twilight, each ribbon moving as if carried by an unseen current, twisting and curling in patterns that shift with the rhythm of your own breath. Beneath you, the floor is not solid, but a shallow pool of liquid silver, its surface so still it might be glass. When you look down, you see your reflection not as you are now, but as a shimmering silhouette, elongated and fluid, as if the pool has captured not just your image, but the essence of your presence, stretching it into something vast and weightless. The silver liquid is cool against your skin, not cold, but a gentle, refreshing coolness that seeps into your souls with every step, as if the floor is drinking in the heat of your body and returning it to you as a soothing caress. There is no need to move, no need to speak, no need to do anything, but let the resonance of this place settle deeper into your bones. The anchor is here, humming through the air, vibrating in the membranes, rippling across the surface of the silver pool. It is not a sound you hear with your ears, but a sensation you feel in the marrow of your spine, a low, steady thrum that syncs with the rhythm of your heartbeat, slowing it, softening it, until your pulse becomes a quiet drumbeat in the vastness of this chamber. Now let your awareness drift upward toward the crown of your head, where the first tendrils of the slow, light river begin their descent. This is not a river of water, but of light, a current so slow it moves like honey poured from a jar, thick and golden and endless. The light does not rush. It seeps, it lingers. It unfolds, filling the space above your head like a halo of liquid warmth. As it touches the crown of your skull, you feel a gentle pressure, not heavy, but insistent, like the weight of a lover's hand resting there, fingers splayed wide, as if to say, I am here, and you are safe. The light begins to pour, not in a flood, but in a slow, steady stream, seeping through the bone of your skull as if it were porous, as if your head were made of sandstone and the light were rain. It trickles down the inside of your forehead, cool and tingling, like the first sip of mint tea on a summer evening, spreading across your temples and dissolving the faintest tension there, the kind you didn't even know you were carrying. The light moves deeper into the space behind your eyes, where it pools like liquid gold, filling the sockets with a warmth that is both bright and soft, like sunlight filtered through closed eyelids. as the light settles into your eyes, you notice something strange. Your vision does not sharpen, but softens. The edges of the chamber blur, not because your sight is failing, but because the light is teaching your eyes to see differently, to perceive not just shapes and colors, but the spaces between them. The quiet hum of existence that lingers in the air like the afterglow of a candle. The ribbons of light in the air no longer seem separate from you. They are part of you, extensions of your own awareness, drifting lazily through the chamber, as if carried by your breath. And with this shift, the weight of your eyelids grows heavier, not in a way that feels like sleep, but in a way that feels like surrender, like the slow, inevitable pull of the tide as it retreats from the shore. The light continues its descent, now flowing into your throat, where it gathers like a sip of warm milk held on the tongue. Your throat is not tight, not constricted, but the light lingers there anyway, as if it knows this is a place where words are born, where breath becomes sound, where the unsaid lives in the quiet spaces between syllables. The light does not demand that you speak. It simply fills the hollow of your throat with a soft, golden warmth, as if to say, you do not need to prove anything here. And with that warmth comes a release, a loosening of the muscles you didn't realize were clenched, a softening of the jaw, a gentle unclenching of the tongue from the roof of your mouth. The light moves lower into your chest, where it spreads like the first rays of dawn breaking over a still lake. Your ribs expand with each breath, not because you are forcing them, but because the light is making space, widening the cavity of your chest as if it were a room being aired out after a long winter. The warmth here is deeper, richer, like the glow of embers in a hearth, radiating outward from the center of your sternum and filling your lungs with a slow, steady heat. With each inhale, the light grows brighter, and with each exhale, it sinks deeper, as if your breath is the tide that carries it. And as the light fills your chest, you become aware of something shifting inside you, something that was once tight and coiled, like a spring wound too tight, now unraveling. It is not a dramatic release, not a sudden snap, but a slow, deliberate unfurling, like the petals of a flower opening one by one in the first light of morning. The tension does not vanish all at once. It dissolves, turning to smoke, to mist, to something so light it could be carried away by the gentlest breeze. And with each layer that dissolves, you feel lighter, of weightlessness, but in the way of being held, as if the chamber itself has reached out and cradled you in its vast, kind embrace. Now the light begins its scan, moving through you like a slow, deliberate tide, searching for the places where effort has taken root. It does not rush. It does not judge. It simply flows, touching each part of you with the quiet persistence of waves lapping at the shore. The light finds the knots, not the ones you know about, but the ones you've carried for so long they've become part of you, like the calluses on your hands or the faint lines around your eyes. And where it finds them, it lingers, not to pull or tear, but to soften, to warm, to coax the fibers of tension into something pliable, something that can be reshaped. The first knot it finds is in your shoulders, where the weight of unseen burdens has settled like stones. The light does not demand that you drop them. It simply melts the edges of the stones, turning them to liquid, to vapor, until what was once solid is now a soft, golden mist that drifts away on the current of your breath. Your shoulders drop, not because you forced them, but because the light has shown them the way, has reminded them of what it feels like to be held, to be supported, to be free. And with that release comes a deep, shuddering exhale, a breath so slow and so full it feels like the first breath you've taken in years. The light moves lower into your belly, where it finds another knot, a tightness that has lived there for so long you've forgotten it was ever separate from you. This knot is not made of muscle, but of something older, something woven from the threads of old sorrows, old fears, old stories you've told yourself about who you are and what you deserve. The light does not tear these threads. It simply warms them, softens them, until they begin to unravel on their own, like a spool of yarn left too long in the sun. And as they unravel, you feel something shift inside you, not a loss, but a return, as if a part of you that was once locked away is now free to breathe, to stretch, to remember what it feels like to be whole. The light continues its descent into your hips, where it finds the echoes of old movements, old postures, old ways of holding yourself that no longer serve you. The warmth here is deeper, more insistent, like the heat of a hot stone pressed against the small of your back, melting the resistance in your muscles until they soften, until they remember what it feels like to move without effort, without thought. Your hips begin to sway, not because you've willed them to, because the light has reminded them of their own rhythm, their own dance, their own quiet, persistent pulse. And with each sway, the knot loosens, the tension dissolves, and you feel yourself sinking deeper into the embrace of the chamber, deeper into the slow, steady current of the slow, light river. Now the light reaches your feet, where it finds the last of the knots, the ones that have rooted you to the ground, that have kept you standing even when you longed to rest. The light does not pull you free. It simply warms the earth beneath you, softens the soles of your feet until the roots begin to loosen on their own, until they dissolve into the silver pool beneath you, becoming part of the liquid floor, part of the endless, shimmering reflection. Your feet no longer feel heavy. They feel light, buoyant, as if the floor itself is lifting you, holding you, cradling you in its cool, silver embrace. And with that release comes a deep, shuddering breath, a breath that carries with it the last of the tension, the last of the effort, the last of the old stories that no longer serve you. The light has done its work. Where there was once tension, there is now space. Where there was once effort, there is now ease. Where there was once separation, there is now connection. Connection to the chamber, to the slow, light river, to the quiet, persistent hum of the anchor that has been with you all along. And now, you are no longer just a body in a room. You are a being of pure light, a vessel for the slow, light river, a living extension of the chamber itself. The membranes in the walls are not just around you. They are part of you. Their translucent layers woven into the fabric of your skin, their breath sinking with the rise and fall of your chest. The silver pool beneath you is not just beneath you. It is within you. Its cool, liquid surface reflecting not just your image, but the essence of your being, stretching it into something vast and endless. And the anchor is not just a sound. It is the rhythm of your heartbeat, the pulse of your breath, the quiet, steady thrum of existence itself. You do not need to do anything here. You do not need to strive, to achieve, to prove. You only need to be, to breathe, to let the light move through you like a slow, endless tide, carrying you deeper into the heart of the chamber, deeper into the quiet, persistent embrace of the slow, light river. And with each breath, you sink deeper, softer, lighter, until you are no longer separate from the light, from the chamber, from the hum of the anchor that has been with you all along. You are already here. The room breathes with you. Soft golden light spills across your skin like warm honey. Each photon lands with the weight of a whispered promise. Your fingers rest on the fabric beneath you. The weave is loose enough to let the air through, but tight enough to hold you, like the hands of someone who knows exactly how much pressure to use. The light doesn't just touch you, it moves through you, like 432 hertz humming in your bones. Each vibration a gentle nudge, telling the forgotten parts of you to let go. The knot in your shoulder remembers being tied, but it doesn't remember why. And now the light is asking it to unravel. Your breath is a slow tide. Inhaling, the air fills your lungs like water filling a glass. Not rushing, not forcing, just rising until it touches the very top of your chest. And then holding just for a moment, as if time itself has paused to listen. The exhale is softer, like a sigh that has been waiting years to be released. The air leaves your body, carrying with it the faintest trace of something heavy, something you didn't even know you were holding. And as it drifts away, you feel lighter, not in a way that makes you float, but in a way that makes you more solid. Gideon Fable is here, not in the room, but in the space between your thoughts. His presence is like the hum of a tuning fork, steady, unshakable. You don't see him, but you feel his attention on you, like sunlight on the back of your neck. Warm, knowing, without judgment. The knot in your scarf, the one you've carried for so long, begins to loosen, not because you pulled at it, but because the threads have decided to remember how to breathe. The fabric shifts, just a fraction, but enough to let the air in, enough to let the light touch the skin beneath. And where the light touches, the tension melts, like wax under a gentle flame. Your hands are resting now, palms open, fingers slightly curled, as if cradling something invisible. The weight of your arms is supported by the surface beneath you, but it doesn't feel like the surface is holding you up. It feels like the air itself is holding you, like you are suspended in a sea of golden warmth, and the only thing keeping you from floating away is the gentle pull of gravity, reminding you that you are still here. The light grows brighter, but not in a way that hurts your eyes. It's the kind of brightness that feels like coming home, like stepping into a room where everything is exactly as it should be. The edges of the room soften. The walls seem to breathe with you, and the air is filled with the scent of something familiar, like the first breath of morning or the quiet hum of a lullaby you've always known. Your heartbeat slows, each pulse a soft drumbeat, steady, reliable, like the rhythm of waves on a distant shore. You can feel it in your chest, but also in your wrists and in the soles of your feet, as if your entire body is a single instrument playing a song of deep, unshakable, calm. The knot in your scarf is almost gone now. The threads have untangled themselves, and the fabric lies smooth against your skin. You can feel the cool air where the knot used to be, a small patch of skin that has been hidden for so long. It almost feels new, like the first time sunlight touches a seedling, and the seedling remembers what it is to grow. Gideon Fable's voice is in the light, not a sound you hear with your ears, but a vibration you feel in your chest. It's the hum of 40 hertz, deep, resonant, like the lowest note on a cello. It doesn't ask you to do anything. It simply reminds you that you are here, and that being here is enough. Your breath deepens. The inhale is a slow draw, like pulling water from a deep well. The air is cool as it enters your nose, but warm by the time it reaches your lungs, as if your body is welcoming it home. And the exhale is a soft release, like letting go of a breath you've been holding for years. And with each cycle, you feel more present, more grounded, more you. The room is expanding, not in a way that makes you feel small, but in a way that makes you feel vast. The walls are no longer boundaries. They are simply the edges of a space that is yours, and beyond them, there is only more light, more warmth, more stillness, and you are at the center of it all, not because you are the most important, but because you are exactly where you need to be. Your fingers twitch, not because you want to move them, but because they are remembering how to be still. The sensation is subtle, like the first stirrings of a breeze through leaves, and then it passes, leaving behind a deeper quiet, a stillness that is not empty, but full, like a glass filled to the brim with golden light. The light is not just around you now. It is inside you, filling every cell, every thought, every memory. It doesn't erase anything. It simply illuminates, like sunlight breaking through the clouds. And where the light touches, the shadows soften, the edges blur, and everything becomes a little more gentle. Your heartbeat is slower now, each pulse a soft thud, like the sound of a distant drum. You can feel it in your temples, in the hollow of your throat, in the space behind your eyes. And with each beat, you feel more connected, more whole, as if your body is remembering what it is to be alive. The knot in your scarf is gone. The fabric lies smooth against your skin. And where the knot used to be, there is only a small patch of cool air, a reminder of what was released and what is now free. You don't need to remember the knot. You don't need to hold on to it, because it has already dissolved, like salt in warm water, leaving behind only the taste of the sea. Gideon Fable's presence is like a steady hand on your shoulder, not guiding you, not pushing you, but simply reminding you that you are not alone. His voice is in the hum of the light, in the rhythm of your breath, in the quiet spaces between your thoughts. And it says, without words, you are safe. You are held. You are exactly where you need to be. Your breath is a slow dance. The inhale is a gentle rise, like the swell of a wave. The exhale is a soft fall, like the tide pulling back from the shore. And with each cycle, you feel more at ease, more at home in your body, more present in this moment, as if time itself has slowed to match your rhythm. The light is brighter now, but it doesn't blind you. It simply fills the space, like water filling a glass. you are the glass, transparent, open, ready to receive. The light doesn't ask you to change. It simply reminds you of what you already are. Your hands are still, palms open, fingers relaxed, as if cradling the weight of the light. You can feel the warmth in your palms, like holding a small sun, and the light doesn't burn. It simply glows, soft, steady, like the embers of a fire that has been burning for centuries. The room is no longer a room. It is a space of infinite possibility. The walls have dissolved. The ceiling has lifted, and all that remains is the light, and you, and the quiet hum of 432 hertz vibrating in your bones, reminding you that you are not separate. You are part of something vast, something beautiful, something endless. Your heartbeat is a slow song, each pulse a note, each breath a measure, and the music is not just in your chest. It is in the air around you, in the light that fills the space, in the quiet hum of Gideon Fable's presence. And you are not just listening to the music. You are the music. You are the song. You are the harmony. The light is not just around you. It is through you, like a river flowing through your veins, carrying with it the warmth of the sun, the coolness of the moon, the stillness of the stars. And you are not just a vessel for the light. You are the light. You are the warmth. You are the stillness. Your breath is a slow tide. The inhale is a gentle pull, like the ocean drawing back from the shore. The exhale is a soft release, like the waves returning to the sea. And with each cycle, you feel more connected, more at peace, more yourself, as if the breath is not just moving through you, but is you. And now, as the words begin to slow, you can feel the gentle pull of stillness wrapping around you like the softest blanket, the kind that holds you just right, not too tight, not too loose, perfectly balanced in warmth and comfort. The resonance lingers, humming softly in the background, a quiet companion that doesn't demand your attention. It simply exists, steady and sure, like the slow, even breath of the earth itself. You don't need to hold onto anything now. Not the words, not the thoughts, not even the feeling of time passing. Everything can drift, like leaves on a slow moving river, carried effortlessly toward a place of deep, quiet rest. The river doesn't rush, and neither do you. It moves at its own pace, and so do you, perfectly in sync with the rhythm of your own body. The images that once filled your mind have softened into something even more beautiful. Not darkness, not emptiness, but a warm golden haze, like the last light of a summer evening. It doesn't ask you to focus, doesn't ask you to strain to see. It simply is, and you are part of it, held gently in its glow. Your eyes may feel heavy, or they may not. It doesn't matter. What matters is the feeling of sinking deeper, of letting go just a little more with every breath. This is the kind of peace that doesn't need to be explained. It doesn't need words or thoughts or even understanding. It's the peace of knowing that everything is exactly as it should be, even if you can't quite put it into words. Your body knows this peace. Your mind knows this peace. And now you can let it spread, filling every corner of your being, like sunlight spilling over a quiet meadow. The resonance continues its work, even as the words fade. It doesn't stop when the sound does. It doesn't need your attention to keep going. It's like the steady beat of your heart, or the gentle rise and fall of your chest, always there, always working, even when you're not aware of it. You can trust it to do what it needs to do, just as you trust your body to breathe, to heal, to rest. And when you're ready, when you feel the pull of the world outside again, you'll carry this peace with you. It won't disappear. It won't fade away like a dream upon waking. It will stay with you, a quiet hum in the background of your day, a soft warmth you can return to whenever you need, like a favorite song you hum without thinking, or the way your hand knows the shape of a well-loved book. This peace is yours, always. You don't have to do anything to keep it. You don't have to hold onto it tightly or worry about losing it. It's not something you can drop or misplace or forget. It's part of you now, like the color of your eyes or the sound of your laughter. And just as you don't have to think about breathing, you don't have to think about this peace. It's simply there, always ready, always waiting. is the kind of rest that doesn't ask for anything in return. It doesn't demand your energy, or your focus, or your effort. It gives freely, like the shade of a tree on a warm day, or the cool touch of a breeze against your skin. You can sink into it, let it hold you, let it carry you wherever you need to go. And when you're ready to return, you'll do so gently, softly, without rushing. Because this peace doesn't end. It simply waits for you to come back to it. Imagine for a moment that you're lying on a bed of soft moss in a quiet forest. The moss is thick and plush, cradling your body like a cloud. Above you, the leaves of the trees sway gently, filtering the sunlight into a warm, golden glow. The air is cool and fresh, carrying the scent of earth and pine. And all around you, the forest hums with life, a quiet, steady rhythm that you can feel in your bones. You don't have to do anything here. You don't have to listen closely or try to hear every sound. You can simply be, letting the forest hold you, letting the peace of this place seep into your skin. The resonance is like that forest. It doesn't ask you to listen, or to focus, or to try. It simply is, a quiet, steady presence that wraps around you like the softest breeze. You can let it carry you. Let it guide you deeper into this place of rest. And when you're ready to leave, you'll do so gently, softly, without any sense of hurry or rush. Because this peace doesn't go away. It simply waits for you to return. Think of the way a cat curls up in a sunbeam, stretching out with a contented sigh. It doesn't worry about what comes next. It doesn't rush to get up or fret about the passage of time. It simply is, perfectly at ease, perfectly at peace. You can be like that cat now. You can let go of the need to do, to think, to plan, and simply be perfectly at ease, perfectly at peace. The words are slowing now, like the last notes of a lullaby. They don't need to end abruptly, or with any sense of finality. They can fade gently, like the last light of day slipping below the horizon, leaving behind a sky painted in soft hues of gold and pink. And just as the night doesn't rush in, but arrives softly, so too can you let this moment stretch out, letting the peace settle over you like a quiet, comforting blanket. You don't have to hold onto the words. You don't have to remember them or replay them in your mind. They've done their work, drift away like clouds carried by a gentle wind, leaving behind only the feeling, only the peace, only the quiet hum of the resonance. And that hum will stay with you, a soft, steady companion, even as the words fade into silence. This is the kind of silence that isn't empty. It's full, rich, and warm, like the space between the notes of a song. It doesn't feel like an ending, but like a natural pause, a moment to breathe, to rest, to simply be. And in this silence, you can feel the resonance continuing its work, not demanding your attention, not asking for anything at all, just humming softly in the background, like the distant sound of waves on a shore. You can let your mind drift now, not toward any particular thought, not toward any specific memory, but simply drift like a leaf on the surface of a still pond, floating gently, carried by the quiet currents of your own breath. And with every breath, you can sink a little deeper, let go a little more, letting the peace of this moment wrap around you like a warm embrace. Imagine for a moment that you're lying on a raft in the middle of a calm, quiet lake. The water is still, so still that it reflects the sky like a mirror. The sun is warm on your skin, but not too hot, just the perfect amount of warmth. The air is cool and fresh, carrying the scent of water and distant trees. And all around you, there's nothing but peace, nothing but quiet. You don't have to paddle or steer or do anything at all. You can simply lie there, letting the raft carry you wherever it will. The resonance is like that raft. It doesn't ask you to steer or to paddle or to do anything at all. It simply carries you gently, softly, toward a place of deep, quiet rest. And when you're ready to return, you'll do so gently, softly, without any sense of hurry. Because this peace doesn't go away. It simply waits for you to come back to it. Think of the way a baby falls asleep in your arms, how their breath slows, how their body relaxes, how they let go completely. They don't worry about what comes next. They don't rush to wake up or fret about the passage of time. They simply trust, letting the warmth and safety of your arms carry them into sleep. You can be like that baby now. You can let go completely, trusting that you are held, that you are safe, that you are exactly where you need to be. The words are almost gone now, fading softly, like the last echoes of a song. But the peace they've brought you doesn't fade. It stays with you, a quiet, steady presence, like the hum of the resonance. And that hum will continue its work, even as the words slip away, not demanding your attention, not asking for anything at all, just humming softly in the background, like the distant sound of waves on a shore. You don't have to do anything now. You don't have to listen closely or try to hold onto the words. You can simply let go, letting the peace of this moment carry you deeper into rest. And when you're ready to return, you'll do so gently, softly, without any sense of rush. Because this peace is always here, always waiting, always ready to hold you. Imagine for a moment that you're standing at the edge of a quiet meadow at dusk. The air is cool and still, carrying the scent of wildflowers and distant rain. The sky is painted in soft hues of pink and gold, fading gently into the deep blue of night. And all around you, the meadow hums with life, a quiet, steady rhythm that you can feel in your bones. You don't have to walk into the meadow or explore its edges. You can simply stand there, letting the peace of this place wash over you, letting it fill you up, like the last light of day filling the sky. The resonance is like that meadow. It doesn't ask you to walk into it or to explore its edges. It simply is, a quiet, steady presence that wraps around you like the softest breeze. You can let it carry you, let it guide you deeper into this place of rest. And when you're ready to leave, you'll do so gently, softly, without any sense of hurry. Because this peace doesn't go away. It simply waits for you to return. Think of the way a candle burns softly in a quiet room. How its light flickers gently, casting warm shadows on the walls. How its flame doesn't rush, doesn't flicker wildly, but burns steadily, calmly. And how, even when the candle burns low, its light doesn't disappear. It simply softens, becoming even more gentle, even more comforting. You can be like that candle now. You can let your light soften, let your breath slow, let your body relax into the quiet warmth of this moment. The words are almost gone now, fading softly, like the last light of a candle burning low. But the peace they've brought you doesn't fade. It stays with you, a quiet, steady presence, like the hum of the resonance. And that hum will continue its work, even as the words slip away, not demanding your attention, not asking for anything at all, just humming softly in the background, like the distant sound of waves on a shore. Imagine for a moment that you're lying in a hammock on a warm summer afternoon. The hammock sways gently, cradling your body like a cloud. The air is warm and still, carrying the scent of grass and distant flowers. And all around you, the world hums with life, a quiet, steady rhythm that you can feel in your bones. You don't have to do anything here. You don't have to sway the hammock or try to stay awake. You can simply lie there, letting the peace of this moment wrap around you like a warm embrace. The resonance is like that hammock. It doesn't ask you to sway or to try or to do anything at all. It simply holds you gently, softly, cradling you in its warmth. And when you're ready to leave, you'll do so gently, softly, without any sense of hurry. Because this peace doesn't go away. It simply waits for you to return. Think of the way a river flows steadily toward the sea. How it doesn't rush. How it simply moves, always moving, always flowing. And you can feel that same steady flow within you now. Drift softly. The light stays for you,